When I was thinking about the meditation for today, which is February 14th, I was thinking that we would do a mindfulness of emotion practice because it's like, what is more self love than showing up for ourselves, right? As Thich Nhat Hanh says, understanding is love's other name. So if we could do a mindfulness of emotion practice and be with ourselves, that would feel like so much self love. And then I also remembered that sometimes people, sometimes me, actually don't really want to sit with ourselves because sometimes not all of our emotions feel super yummy and delicious, right? And so it's very easy to numb out and maybe scroll the internet, maybe do some shopping. I've heard some people clean as a distraction. That has never been me, but I get it. So I'm revising. We're still going to do mindfulness of emotion, and I still very much think it is a very loving, self-loving thing to do. And I'm going to add that I also think it's brave and vulnerable to really show up and see all of ourselves. And I think from that brave, vulnerable space, amazing things happen. A feeling of belonging to ourselves, a feeling of connection, all sorts of wonderful things. So, the way this mindfulness of emotion practice works is we will start with mindfulness of the body, where we will come into our body. And then we will shift to a mindfulness of emotion practice, which I'll prompt you. Think about what you're feeling. And the idea is, as Pema Chodron says, that we will feel the feelings and drop the story. So the invitation is to find that balance where we are seeing our feelings, we're being with our feelings, not repressing them, but we're also not over identifying with them. We're not sort of following the thread of the story to figure out how we can solve the problem or who did what. We're just being with the emotion. And the benefit, one big benefit of this ability to actually sit with our emotions rather than numbing out to them or falling down the rabbit hole of over identification is that our emotions actually can really teach us a lot. Um, you know, I think Adam Grant says something about the different, like regret being a lesson in doing something different the next time, right? But our emotions do have lessons for us when we pay attention to them. And often I think we sort of keep a stiff upper lip. We push through trying to like not really address our feelings. And I just want to invite us all to pay a little bit of attention to what our emotions can teach us, can show us about how we can take care of ourselves, right? What we need. And that feels very self loving. So we'll start with this mindfulness of body. And actually, while you set yourselves up in a comfortable, stable position, I'm going to read this poem, Love After Love by Derek Walcott. And I'll read it twice. And you can just let the words wash over you as you come into rest in this moment, in this place. And as I read, if you want to stretch anything out or get yourself comfortable, please do so. So, Love After Love by Derek Walcott. The time will come when, with elation, you will greet yourself arriving at your own door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome and say, "Sit here, eat." You will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give wine, give bread, give back your heart to itself, to the stranger who has loved you all your life, whom you ignored, for another who knows you by heart. Take down the love letters from the bookshelf, the photographs, the desperate notes. Peel your own image from the mirror. Sit, feast on your life. I'm just going to read this one more time. The time will come when, with elation, you will greet yourself arriving at your own door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome and say, "Sit here, eat." You will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give wine, give bread, give back your heart to itself, to the stranger who has loved you all your life, whom you ignored, for another who knows you by heart. Take down the love letters from the bookshelf, the photographs, the desperate notes. Peel your image from the mirror. Sit. Feast on your life. And that's Love After Love by Derek Walcott. Mm. Bringing some attention to our feet as they touch the floor. Just bringing ourselves into our body and starting with this place of grounding. Noticing the connection between our feet and the earth. And as we bring awareness into our feet, maybe offering an invitation to the muscles in our own feet that they can relax. There's nothing for them to do. Can take a break, relax and release. Then bringing attention up around our ankles, into our calves and shins. And offering the same invitation to our lower legs. You can relax and rest. A little gift for our legs. And continuing up around our knees, into our thighs. Bringing some awareness into those big muscles of our thighs. And again, offering this invitation of relaxation. Just inviting our body to rest here in this moment. And bringing attention into our hips and our bottom. Noticing the connection between our body and the seat below us. Noticing how gravity holds us in place without any effort or exertion on our part. Bringing attention into our belly and our abdomen. Offering the same invitation. Relax, rest, appreciating that our body does so much for us. In these moments, and just release and be here. Bringing attention up through our torso, into the area of our heart, chest, bringing our attention into our shoulders, across our collarbone, and inviting our shoulders to relax as well. Maybe inviting them to drop down with the weight of gravity. Relax into this moment. And feeling our upper arms, bringing awareness to our elbows and our lower arms, our forearms, our wrists and our hands. Maybe taking a moment to notice and appreciate all that our hands do for us during the day. and also offering them this invitation to relax. And bringing our awareness into our throat and our neck. And bringing awareness into our face, forehead, the muscles around our eyes, our cheeks, our jaw, the corners of our mouth. And from the top of your head, just slowly scanning downwards through your body, noticing if there's any areas of tightness or tension, anywhere that you might be able to make more comfortable. And if there is, I invite you to do so. And if there's a spot where your body is uncomfortable, I invite you to make a little space for that. Greet that discomfort with tenderness. And some self-compassion. Maybe turning your attention to your breath, feeling your body breathing. Not needing to manipulate or change your breath in any way. And just feeling the breath that moves without our conscious thought. We'll shift our attention to mindfulness of emotion. I invite you to ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? How am I feeling right now? Just noticing any answers that come up. Keeping in mind Pema Chodron's advice to feel the feeling and drop the story. Naming our feelings as they arise. Giving them a name. Maybe noticing where the feeling shows up in our body. Our bodies can give us a lot of insight into our feelings. Just tuning in to any physical sensations within our bodies. Noticing maybe the texture of the feeling, quality of the feeling. Knowing that chemical reaction of feelings, of emotions, only last about 90 seconds in our brain. As we rest here in meditation, our emotions may stay the same, they may shift. We can ask ourselves again, how am I feeling right now? And again, just seeing what answer arises. Giving it a name, noticing where the emotion shows up in our body. And as we close out our practice, I invite you to shift back to a mindfulness of the body, letting go of this question of how you're feeling, letting go of mindfulness of emotion, and coming back to the feeling of your feet on the floor, your bottom on the seat, and feeling your breath moving in your body. Knowing that just as our body is always here to connect us to the present moment, we can also always tune in for mindfulness of emotion practice. Just noticing at any point what we're feeling and giving ourselves that care and attention. Really notice what it is we're feeling. And as we tune into that feeling without repressing it, without over identifying, we can act with more wisdom in a way that better serves ourselves and those around us. And as you're ready, you can bring some movement back into your body. If it feels good, you can sigh and open your eyes as you're ready.